sugar. Now we got weed and we got weed. Now we need drink and we need feed. Now we plant seeds, future got needs. It's tricky and it comes tricky. I hope you got a BDM, see the thing. Yo, that's sort of like a medium, come again. Hope your BDM is bigger than the medium. And if it's not, then you better get yourself to it then. And I hope this is your biggest. And I hope just like a sickness.
Tēnei te mihi atu ki a koutou, o ku whānau whānui kei Aotearoa I tēnei motu. I'm Teezy Created, and it's my pleasure tonight to bring you, even though this is gonna end up on YouTube tomorrow morning for Teezy Created Hip Hop Fridays. I just wanted to share some momentum brushes with you, something that we call pārekareka, which means happy emotion, or kare aroto, which means feelings. And so the reason why I'm talking about these is because we're in a lockdown here in New Zealand, and it's a level 4 lockdown, and so we're not allowed to go anywhere, and therefore we're stuck inside most of the time. So what I'm doing here with this show and my Teezy Tuesdays show is about momentum brushes. And so for me, te ao tito waiata, composing, tito is to compose, waiata music. And so now that I'm back home from overseas, I really want to place an emphasis on New Zealand music, where we're pushing it to, what kind of joy that we're having. And so I want to speak about the things that have been happening to me in the last couple of days. So I'm really grateful for the family I have around me. They're one of my momentum brushes. I've got 2 little young girls that I get to be around at least once a week for a couple of days or 3 days, and they inspire me. And then getting up for walks with them and just doing all the things that make me happy. And there is nothing that makes me more happy except for being with my partner, of course, than making music, because this is what I was gifted to do. This is what I was created to do. And so I offer my music to you all as a form of spiritual healing, emotional wellness, and mental well-being. So yeah, momentum brushes. Very grateful to be on the platform of StayMe Always. She's given me a slot on her YouTube channel, StayMe Always. So when you see this or when you see her shows, like and subscribe. Support the kaupapa, because it's all about wellness for all of us, no matter whether we're in lockdown or not, because emotional well-being and mental wellness is burgeoning all over the world, and we are right at the forefront of it with her platform StayMe Always, with the healing well, with momentum brushes and everything that she's doing there. And then I sponsor her show with my label Play Ups Open and Play, and my website, which has got all my products on it. And so these are the things that we're doing to contribute to the well-being of our people all around the motu and all around the world. So without further ado, I'm just going to cut this off and talk about what I'm going to do today. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to teach you how to make a beat for a track that is currently charting on US iTunes, and that is a track called Dope. And it's the lyrics in it, before we get any people out there who get offended, because some people will. The lyrics are actually talking about doing DIY, and what I mean by that is getting online shops so that you have a passive income all the time. And it doesn't matter whether you're in lockdown or not. You have a source of income. You're making money while you sleep. And so, in this track, it references Amazon, and how it used to be my side gig, but now it's my main gig. And now music is becoming my main gig. So I worked in the mines once. So this is going out to all our working families, because I'm just another regular guy, like the rest of you. I'm just another Māori boy from the village, from the pa. And so to be able to do the things that I'm doing and make money from it, and get to make a living out of it, and not having to go to work, real privilege. But I've worked my butt off to get there, and made some really smart decisions along the way with some really smart people. So I'm grateful for that. I always remain humble because I always give the glory to Yahuwah, to God. And this show, I want to teach you how to make a beat. So my last show, I was teaching you how to do the string section for my track, another track with that smoke. And so that track was previously charting on iTunes USA. Now it's 2 other tracks called Ticket and Dope. So I thought I'd start with Dope today. So what I want to teach you how to do is make the beat. So I hope you can see what I'm doing on my right screen. Let's just listen to it from the start, and then just give you a little intro. So you'll hear a lot of guitars in my music. I love guitar. Guitars are so soulful, and they give a track an edge, a real soulful, beautiful edge. And so I like to use guitars a lot. I use a lot of different amps, different pedals, to get different sounds to create, so that I can give my tracks an edge. And so what I'm going to do today is we're going to do rehashes. So this is what I'm going to call them. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I actually make a pattern via a plugin called Ultrabeat. And so what we're going to do now is do that. So I come up here, and I'll show you how to do that from the start. So I come over here, so you'll see a fully white square with a black cross in it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the black square with a white cross in it, and then it'll bring up this. And then you got to make sure that you choose software instrument, and then you press create. Make sure that the number of tracks is only 1, because you don't want to create it anymore. So it'll turn up as a classic electric piano. Then you go over to the actual channel of that track. You click on you hover over this blue icon here which says e-piano. You hover directly over 2 arrows, one's pointing up and one's pointing down. You select that, you go up, and then you choose Ultrabeat. Stereo, I always use stereo, I don't use multi-output. Now, because I already know that I'm going to use Kicks 13, so I've got a whole lot of samples of kicks that I've loaded into another player. And so what I want to do is I just want to show you how I made the actual pattern before I started choosing the sounds that we're going to play there. And so what I do is I load in, I go over here, because I've got everything already preset. And as you work with Logic or whatever software system you choose to work with, you'll get, it's like anything, you create a synergy with your gear. It becomes symbiotic, so to speak, and you just know where everything is. And the more you work with it, the better you get at it, the better your flow is. And so because I've already got everything already pre-implemented in here, I'll go to a PST called Burn For, and here I'll solo that track so that it's only playing this particular Ultrabeat pattern maker, if you like. And so then I'll mute that, and then I'll play the beat without any of the instruments down here. So I'm just playing the percussion. So a beat for me is just percussion. So this is a real easy beat, and it's a 32 cadence again. So I'm just looking to go here. So I'm going to solo that. So I'm just trying to emulate the beat that's already there, so I'm just rehashing. So rather than the next time I start a new track from the beginning, I'll show you how to start the whole thing from scratch. But the reason why I'm showing you these tracks like Dope is because they're currently charting on US iTunes, and this is what I want to teach you how to do. So as of today, I've become the first New Zealand music artist to have 4 tracks from one 5-track EP chart on US iTunes. Yeah, I believe that's a record. I think the previous record was 2, and so I've got 2 more. So that's 4 tracks from a 5-track EP that have charted at some stage on US iTunes. At the moment, I've currently got 2 tracks. A track called Dope, which is this one, and a track called Ticket, which is a love song. And who says that people who do hip hop can't write love songs? That one's an R&B track. So I'll teach you guys how I made that on the next show. And so I'm just trying to emulate here in here the pattern. So where the kick plays. So these are your kicks down here. These are your snares. They usually the snares always stay in the same place. Just depends on what you want to do with them. What I try and do is I just try and make solid beats that carry the tunes, because I'm more about the tunes. I'm not trying to be a Timberland and make really exotic beats like he does. Cause I mean, he's amazing. I just make a solid beat that'll carry my tunes, because I'm banking on my tunes to catch you. So I like to say that I make catchy music. And then I'll go listen to this again, listen to the beat, see if I got it correct. So I've almost got it. Yeah, okay, so I've got the pattern sorted, and now I'm going to show you how I lay it in. So I turn it off so that it doesn't sound any of these here, and then I go, so I'll save this and I'll call it, I'll save it into the correct folder. Yeah, cool. So I'll save it into here, and I'll call it Dope Rehash, because all I'm doing is rehashing how I made the percussion. I'll call it Dope Rehash Perk. So this is the whole pattern, and then I'll show you how to individualize each instrument or each sound that's playing, so that you can manipulate them individually to get the perfect sound that you're after. And so then once I've got that saved, then I'll go here, and I've wiped out all of the hats and the snare, because I just want the kick. And then I'll put that over on this screen here. Then I'll come here down the bottom. Probably better off if I show you on this side, just so that you can see. So that there's a little icon down there, and it's got a whole lot of dots on it. You pick that, and then you chuck it into the track that you just made. And then yeah, can close it off for now. There you go. And then what you want to do is, see how that's on kick 13. So then you want to pull up kick 13. You want to from here, so you select the track that's already there, because all we're doing is rehashing. So I can show you how I did it. So what I want to do is, on that first kick, I want to check out what's actually playing. mute this. So as you can see here, it's an 808 kick 14. And so what I want to do now is go and look for that. And so I'll pull that in. So I'll pull this up, then I go to this drop down here and I load over here kick 13. And then where is it? Yep. Okay, so that's not playing the correct sound, and that's because if I go over here, it's these are not playing. Yeah, so we're looking for that kick there. So you pull your phrases up to where that's playing. So when I move these, you can see over here on this player here, you can see where I'm moving it to by that blue, that little blue marker that flashes. And so if I play it now, yeah, so that works. And then so I'm going to call this kick kick rehash, kick 13 rehash. And then all I do is I just copy that. So I copy and paste that. So I do 4. And then I just highlight them by pressing shift. Then I go option and I just copy and paste all the way through. And then when I get to here, I come up here into the right hand corner and I expand that so I can see what's going on for the next one. And the next one looks like, I'm just checking what's going on here because we're doing a rehash. Okay, so then I pull, see how these two here are short, all of these are shorter. So then all I do is I just select that and see, you'll see a little icon come up, which means that you can drag it back, and then you just drag it back to there so that it suits. Cool. So that's kick 13 rehash. Now we're going to do kick 15 rehash. So we go back up here to the black square icon with the white cross in it. And then we create, make sure the number of tracks is just 1. And then we just do the same thing because all the phrasing is exactly the same. I just wanted to show you how I made it in the pattern maker with drum beat. So you don't need to keep redoing it. You just grab it from where you rehashed, pull it down, then you come over here and you select Ultra Beat, Stereo, and then you come into the drop down and you load and you're looking for 15. And the reason why you're looking for 15, you're looking for the, see how it's got this number here? You're looking for 15 in here, so it'll say kicks 15. So you come here, kicks 15, and then you load that in, and then it'll play. Because what I like to do is I like to layer my kicks, and I like to layer my kicks, and I like to layer my snares, just for different feels and different sounds. And then obviously because you can change the EQ levels with each individual instrument and really tailor it to a unique sound of your own. And so that's what I love doing. And so yeah, just to, like I always say, and I'm always going to say this, look for an edge, because that's what makes your music chart. When you look for an edge, don't do what everybody else is doing, do your thing. And so I really encourage all you up and coming artists and producers out there. Yep, you follow people for so long until you get the mastery of your craft. And then once you get the mastery of your craft, do your own thing. Go in your own direction. Yeah. And so this is rehashed. Cool. Real simple, because all you're doing is just pulling them down. And so I start that from the beginning. And then you just do the same thing all the way down. So the next one I'm going to do is for an 808. So what I'll do is I'll pull the yellow marker up here back to where this track says 808 and play it from where the 808 sections start. And you'll see all the phrases in there for where they play. And so what I'm going to do here is just the same thing. I'm just going to rehash it. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to pull those straight down because they're exactly the same phrasing as the ones that, as the first one that I made up here, the kick 13 rehash, and then I just pulled that whole section down into kick 15 rehash, and so forth and so forth. Now, what I didn't check was what the original kick 15 is playing. And so this is the original kick 15 here, the pattern player. And then I need to actually go and check and just compare them. So this is, and put them on different screens so that you don't get confused. So you know which one is which. So this one here is the top kick 15. And this one over here in the middle is the bottom kick 15. And so you just want to make sure that they're playing the same sound. Yeah, see, they're not. And so what I need to do, I actually like the rehash one that I haven't put up into the Diddy kick. Yeah, I actually like that one better. So I might actually keep the rehash one and mute the one that I already had in there, the entrenched one. And so what I'll do is I'll close these up, come back here into the middle, close these up, and I'm actually going to go with the rehashed one now. And so what I have to do is I have to copy this all the way through. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I always do the sections in fours. 1, 2, 3, 4, or bars of 4. And then here I need to match these here because there's a gap in the beat here before the hook starts. They're all just little tricks that you can do just to give your track more drama. I like leaving gaps before hooks because it makes the hook stand out more. But you can do whatever you want. Yeah, so I like the rehash kick 15 as opposed to the original kick that I had in there. And that's what happens sometimes. You go over tracks, and even though they're charting, you find something that makes that sound even better. And so that's what I've done here. I think the rehash 15 sounds better. So let's have a listen to it. Yeah, I like that, eh? And then here I've got an 808 playing here, and that's for the intro to the hook. So hopefully you'll be able to hear that. I'll turn it up a little bit. And I like to put 808s into my tracks, especially more so now, just because when you're playing a big concert and that's coming out of the big bins, it has a totally different effect as opposed to tracks that were made prior to probably Timbaland's era. Not saying that Timbaland's era isn't still now, just like there was a golden time where his tracks were revolutionizing the industry. And so what I'm going to do now, just for the sake of processing and timing, because I actually want to do some instruments in this session, is I'm just going to drag this down and then come here. This says kicks 808, so I'll come to this track. So this here, classic electric piano, is this strip here. Then I come over here, I come up into Ultra Beat drum machine, and then I do the drop down, I load 808. And what does it say? Well, what did... Oh no, I gotta come down here and then load it, sorry. Almost confussed myself just then. And then I go, so once that's up, I go cancel, press cancel till this window stops popping up, because it's looking for sounds that used to be loaded in there. Here, so that it's not in my way of these two screens. That's why I use 3 screens, so this makes it easier. And then what I want to do is go back here, load this one, keep it on that screen so that you don't get mixed up. So I'll put this one over here. So this is the 808. I'm wondering why. Right. Kicks 808 rehash. And then if I close this one, and I just want to make sure that they're playing the same phrase, so I drag this one to the middle here, grab the one underneath, the rehash, I'll mute the top 808 and pull up and let the rehash 808 play. And then I'll drag the yellow marker up here back to where this rehash is playing. See these sections here? And I just want to make sure that so I want to dial this back, dial the volume back, so you can check from the original ones what they're supposed to be. So this is 20, and so we'll dial that back to 20.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we got weed and we got weed. Now we need drink and we need feed. Now we plant seeds. Future got needs. It's tricky and it comes sticky. I hope you got a BDM, see the thing. Yo, that's sorta like a medium. Come again. Hope your BDM is bigger than the medium. And if it's not, then you better get yourself to it then. And I hope this is contagious. And I hope just like a sick